It was 1976. She was 19 years old. She won the gold medal and became an American institution. This is Dorothy Hamill. Scott Hamilton realized his dream of Olympic gold in 1984. And Scott continues today as one of the world's most entertaining performers. The brother and sister team of Kitty and Peter Carruthers fulfilled a lifelong goal of a medal at the Olympics. Tonight, these and other Olympians display their artistic grace from Paris in special performances in the NutraSweet Night of Champions.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Brought to you by Michelob Light, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. By Ace Hardware Corporation. And by NutraSweet. It's why so many things taste so good.
It wasn't supposed to start a revolution, but it did. Not because it was fashionable or trendy, but for a simpler reason. Something you could never convince people of, unless they tried it themselves. It made the things it's in taste better than anyone ever imagined. NutraSweet. Why so many things taste so good.
Trust your car's performance to luck, and someday it just may bite the hand that doesn't feed it. Give your car the good life with STP gas treatment.
Here's something extra from Seltz & Blue. Extra medicated Seltz & Blue.
It's extra medicated for the symptoms of my serious dandruff.
It has an extra medicine, plus the ingredient recommended most by doctors. Extra medicated Seltz & Blue.
Need a new muffler for your older car?
Midas size. Midas size.
They've got mufflers for older cars you don't plan on keeping forever.
Yeah.
Midas-size your older car and get it right the first time.
Out of respect. You are looking live at McMahon Stadium in Calgary, Alberta, where just a few minutes ago a crowd of more than 60,000 watched as the Olympic flame was lit, signaling the start of the Winter Olympics. The Olympic torch had traveled farther than any in history, covering over 11,000 miles in 89 days before 12-year-old Robin Perry took those last symbolic steps. And what a day, what a happening for Calgary. And the celebration begins. Tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, the American hockey team will meet Austria in his first game, and then tomorrow we'll have our first full day of Olympic coverage, highlighted by the men's downhill, the men's 500-meter speed skating, and the short programs in pairs. Figure skating, and it'll all be live. You'll see it right here. Hello, I'm Frank Gifford, and welcome to ABC's Wide World of Sports. It's appropriate that the pairs event should come so early in these games. In Sarajevo, 4 years ago, a brother and sisters pairs team, Peter and Kitty Carruthers, won a silver medal with a touching performance that left an indelible mark in those who witnessed that moment. In our show today, you'll see the Carruthers, plus Olympic champion Scotty Hamill and Scott Hamilton, when we bring you the NutraSweet Night of Figure Skating Champions. Also, Al Michaels will preview tonight's USA-Austria hockey game, and we'll have our regular feature, the Athlete of the Week Award. But first, to Paris, and here's Gary Bender.
Paris at sunset. One of the most beautiful cities in the world. A boat ride down the River Seine is a tourist delight. At night, the gleaming beauty of Paris has given it the nickname City of the Lights. The famous Cathedral of Notre Dame, a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture, completed in the 1300s. The Eiffel Tower, built for the 1890 World's Fair, is known throughout the world as the symbol of Paris. It's the city's most popular tourist attraction. Paris, the site of the NutraSweet Figure Skating Night of Champions. Good evening, I'm Gary Bender, and welcome to our coverage of the Night of Champions. These former amateurs, now professional skaters, will not be skating before the watchful eyes of the judges. Instead, it'll be pure entertainment as they perform before an audience that gathers here in Paris. A very impressive list of Olympic gold medal winners as well as world champions. And working with me will be Peggy Fleming along with David Santee. They are backstage with two of the most celebrated skaters in the world.
Come in. Hi, Dorothy. I can't believe that it's been 12 years since you won the Olympics in Innsbruck. Do you still enjoy skating as much as you did back then?
Actually, yes. I must say, if anything, I enjoy it more now. There was a rough transition right after the Olympics, but now it's great to be performing for people and not having to worry about that. If I don't do it this year, I don't get another chance for another year. So, yeah, I have to say I love it more, I think.
Do you get nervous before exhibitions like this?
Yeah, I do. At least, you know, sometimes we do 13 shows a week, as you know, but the nerves are never quite the same as when you're competing at the Olympics or the Worlds or something like that. But for this, I think everybody gets just as nervous because there's thousands of people out there and you want to give that Olympic performance, and even though that's not possible, that's what we're all striving for.
Well, we hope you have a good time out there tonight.
Here we are in the reigning Olympic champion Scott Hamilton's dressing room.
That's pretty important, isn't it?
Scott, you're on the road 200 cities a year, 8 months out of the year. How do you keep it up?
I have no idea. It's, I don't know, I've gotten used to it. It's my career, it's my job. I love to perform. I like being in front of people. I'm kind of a ham. So each time you step on the ice, the music starts and lights hit you, it just feels good. You just go for it.
How do you generate that enthusiasm every night, though?
Caffeine. No, it's just each audience is unique. Each audience, this is the first time they're going to see you, probably the only time they're going to see you all year, so you just try to give them your best. There's no second chance to make a first impression.
Well, the audience awaits you. Go get them.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, pal.
The first performers we will see are Judy Blumberg and Michael Seibert, 5-time U.S. champs and 3-time world bronze medalist in ice dancing.
Their strongest point is that flow over the ice, the speed in which they do all these difficult footwork steps. That's what ice dancing is all about, is a lot of intricate, very original footwork. There are no jumps or spins.
see the prop, but there's something very special about them. What is it?
Well, I think what they brought to American ice dancing is, you know, having one theme and sticking to the music and carrying out a whole mood throughout the number. And now they've carried it to, you know, a real extreme, and now that they're a professional, they're allowed to do all of this.
An innovative dance pair, Judy Blumberg and Michael Seibert.
There's a difference when you're flying.
Where are we going today?
I'm going to Grandma's house.
With someone who shows how much they care.
I'm not going to go anywhere without you.
A smile, a tone of voice, and the willingness to try. When you love to fly, it shows.
Shape our future. You, the hopes and dreams and promise of America. We invite you to learn the technology of tomorrow in the Navy of today.
You are the hope. You are the promise. You are tomorrow. You are the Navy.
It's every cowboy's worst nightmare.
When the worst is over, you head for the beer that goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Bush.
Does anybody want to start the campfire?
Head for the mountains of Bush beer.
Tonight, ABC Sports begins its primetime coverage of the 15th Winter Olympics. The site, the Saddle Dome. The event, ice hockey, Olympic style. Team USA begins their quest for a medal as they meet Austria live. Also, the Soviet Union takes on Norway. The Olympic tradition continues tonight on ABC Sports.
Kitty and Peter Carruthers, four-time U.S. figure skating champions. Adopted brother and sister, they grew up in Massachusetts and began skating together in 1973. And 11 years later, all the hard work paid off as they captured the imagination of the judges in Sarajevo as they won the silver medal.
Oh, look at that smile.
She knows they have a good one going.
Overhead. No hands, no hands.
The most wonderful thing about that whole evening was that I experienced it with a family member. Doing it with your sister, winning a medal and having a great performance in the Olympics is very special.
It's so emotional. It's a real dream come true. I think I remember the hug and just that, like you just said, was all the difficult times, all the times when you wanted to quit and give up, and you just said, no, I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna get back in there and get myself up off the ice and do it again. And it was all those times. You got through those times.
But Carruthers, the sensation of the '84 Olympic Games, and still skating strong as professionals.
Kitty Peter Carruthers.
And now let's go to David Santee.
He had a very special reason for that performance.
Yes, we did. Peter and I would really like to dedicate that program to wish everyone on the U.S. '88 Olympic team good luck.
Yeah, you guys, go for it. Give it go for greatness. Really want it just for that reason, for everybody on the U.S. team.
We love you. Good luck.
When the sun goes down, we're gonna light up the night. Silver label, red ribbon, a taste that's right. Gonna light up the night.
When it comes time to sell your home, consider this. Only one real estate sales organization sells more homes, finds more homes, and delivers more successful transactions every day than anyone else in the world. No one's got the power to move real estate like Century 21. It wasn't supposed to start a revolution, but it did. Not because it was fashionable, or because it was trendy, but because in its own simple way, it did something truly remarkable. It made mothers smile and children laugh. And most of all, it let people enjoy life just a little more. Because it did something you could never convince people of, unless they tried it themselves. It made the things it's in taste better than anyone ever imagined. NutraSweet. Why so many things taste so good.
ABC's Wide World of Sports returns in March. On the 5th, WBA World Middleweight Champ Sumbu Colombe meets undefeated former junior middleweight champ Mike McCallum live. Also, live coverage of the Florida Derby. And March 12th, Pernell Whitaker goes for his first world title. He takes on WBC lightweight champ Jose Luis Ramirez live. On March 19th, it's the World Gymnastics Championships, where top women compete for the all-around gold. Plus the World Ski Flying Championships. Then, Saturday, March 26th, an adventure unlike any other. Man and beast challenge the forces of nature for over 1,000 miles across Alaska's frozen tundra. It's the Iditarod Sled Dog Race. All in March, only on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
We'll be back with more figure skating in a moment, including Dorothy Hamill and Scott Hamilton. And then later on tonight on our first primetime show of these Olympic Games, at 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll bring you the debut of the American hockey team when they take on Austria. The Americans, of course, together as a team for just 60 games, will have to prove that a combination of emotion, speed, and youth will be enough to overcome their obvious inexperience. It's almost a must game for Team USA in that they face the extremely tough Czechoslovakian team next, and then the Soviets. And standing by right now to offer us his assessment of tonight's game is the man who will be doing all the play-by-play for us during the Olympic tournament, Al Michaels. Al?
Well, Frank, first of all, there is a game already underway in the second period as we speak, and you're looking at a live shot from the Saddle Dome. Czechoslovakia and West Germany are tied 1-1. Here was the first goal of the Olympic tournament, and an interesting situation here as Jerzy Erdina will score the goal. He will remain in Calgary after the Olympic Games because he has already signed to play for the Calgary Flames of the NHL. So there he was at 16:01 to give Czechoslovakia a 1-0 lead. But here in the second period, which is about halfway over at the moment, this goal taking place just a couple of minutes ago, Helmut Steiger with a slap shot to tie the game 1-1. And looking at these two teams, this is a game that figures to be won by Czechoslovakia, because the Soviets would be favored to win this tournament overall. The Czechoslovakians are always tough, and West Germany, along with the United States, will be vying for a medal round position. Now, Frank did mention tonight's game, the United States against Austria. Ken Dryden will be here to call that game with me. And what about the possibility of the United States knowing it must face Czechoslovakia Monday, knowing it must face the Soviet Union on Wednesday, looking past an Austrian team that is seeded 11th in this 12-team field?
Well, it's possible, and it would certainly be a great mistake, as we're finding out this afternoon. West Germany should not be able to compete with Czechoslovakia. But the real indication and a real indicator of this Olympic tournament is how close those lesser countries are coming to the favorites. And I suspect that the U.S. will have its hands full tonight.
Well, right now, as we send you back to Frank Gifford, 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the second period here. The game still tied 1-1, and we'll see you at 8 Eastern, Frank.
Thank you very much, Al and Ken. A bit of a surprise already. Right now, it's time for our regular feature, the Athlete of the Week Award. And it was a week in which there were many special and outstanding performances. Last weekend, Dan Jansen of West Allis, Wisconsin, became the first American to win a world sprint speed skating title since Eric Heiden in 1981. Skating before his hometown fans in West Allis, Jansen won sprint races at both 500 and 1,000 meters and hopes to continue his success tomorrow here in Calgary in the 500-meter sprint. Tuesday night in St. Louis, the Pittsburgh Penguins' Mario Lemieux figured in all the scoring, including the game-winning goal in overtime, to take MVP honors, leading the Wales Conference to a 6-5 victory in the NHL All-Star Game. But it was another All-Star performance that brings us to today's Athlete of the Week.
ABC's Wide World of Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Acura, Legend and Integra. Precision crafted performance exclusively at your Acura dealer.
The sky was the limit as Michael Jordan electrified the hometown crowd in Chicago during the NBA's All-Star Weekend. On Saturday, he scored a perfect 50 on his last attempt to win the slam dunk competition. Could anyone stop Air Jordan Express?
Mars Blackman here again. You know, nobody in the world could cover my main man, Michael Jordan. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody.
And no one did stop him as Jordan rose above the best of the NBA to lead the East over the West with a game-high 40 points. Only two shy of Wilt Chamberlain's All-Star record, as he also took Most Valuable Player honors. Michael Jordan, our Athlete of the Week.
Is your faith in certain performance automobiles shaken by the amount of time they seem to spend in the air? Then consider the Acura Legend Coupe. It combines high performance with precision craftsmanship, so it spends its time on the ground. But that doesn't mean it can't fly. The Legend Coupe, precision crafted performance from Acura.
Secure your home with either the Quick Set Deadbolt or Entry Lock for $5.99 and a twin pack of Ace automatic night lights for just $2.49. When I hear honey do this and honey do that, hey, let me tell you, Ace is a place for me.
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. That's what I love. Nestle Crunch.
Sunday on This Week with David Brinkley. The New Hampshire primary could hold as many surprises as Iowa. Candidates Bob Dole and Albert Gore talk about their chances Sunday.
Catch the excitement. Celebrate Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 14th at the Cap Center when the Washington Capitals take on the Calgary Flames to benefit the Epilepsy Foundation for the National Capital Area. A free Vance Gustafson t-shirt for all kids 16 and under. Support the Caps and the Epilepsy Foundation. Everybody wins. Call 638-5229 for more information.
It's happening to some of the smartest teenagers in the country.
I put my daughter in Jeopardy.
Parents can only do it once a year.
I put my son in jeopardy.
Why? A prize of $25,000.
We all put our teenagers in jeopardy.
And we let them. Cheer on your favorite teenager and see who comes out $25,000 richer on Jeopardy's Teen Tournament.
All this week at 7. Entertainment this week, tonight at 12:30.
ABC's Wide World of Sports continues.
Dorothy Hamill went to the Olympic Games in '76, hoping to follow in the footsteps of former ladies Olympic gold medalists Tinley Albright, Carol Heiss, and Peggy Fleming. Dorothy put on a stunning performance in Innsbruck to win the gold.
30 seconds.
The jump. The jump. And she has only one more move. Here it is, the flying camel. Now watch her drop it down in a move that she invented called a Hamill camel, taps the foot on the ice and into a back fist, and she has done it, I am sure. The competition is yet to come, but this was a lovely, lovely program.
All of a sudden after the Olympics, you know, I was 19 years old and everybody wanted 5 minutes, and it was great, but I was, you know, a skater does nothing but eat, sleep, and skate, you know, up until that point. So I really was not ready for life. Nobody prepared me for that. So it was a tough transition, and people saw a good side and a bad side, and that's the way it was. But it's been great. I wouldn't have chosen it any other way. I couldn't have planned it either, because obviously it's not something that you can plan. It just happened, and I was lucky.
I think this number is one of Dorothy's best that I've seen her do in exhibition. It really shows off her beautiful line, her strength and speed, and her forever presence that she has on the ice. Very pretty number.
12 years after the Olympics, still one of the all-time greats. Scott Hamilton, yet another gold medalist, is next when we return.
To Michelob. Trust your car's performance to luck, and someday it just may bite the hand that doesn't feed it. Give your car the good life with STP gas treatment.
A Baskin-Robbins ice cream cake for Valentine's Day is guaranteed to quicken the pace of any relationship.
Now, the makers of Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine introduce a new nighttime formula.
It helps me go to sleep, which is difficult when you can't breathe.
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime Cold Medicine. Because it's taken as a liquid, nothing puts your cold to sleep faster.
It helped clear my sinuses where the pressure builds up so I could breathe and sleep better. A clear head and a good night's sleep.
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime Cold Medicine. Nothing puts your cold to sleep faster.
Ace is the place.
Hey, Dave, can you help me with this? Sure, John. Without Ace, I'd really be lost.
I know just what you need.
It's a friendly place with people who really know their stuff. They help me find what I need.
You need that?
And then they tell me what I need to know.
You need some batteries.
To get the job done right. And I'll tell you, for a guy like me, that's really important.
Ace is the place.
I get the right stuff at the right price right here.
Right.
How can I go wrong?
John?
Hey, let me tell you, Ace is a place for me.
You know, if you can imagine, my boss has been yelling at me all day. The baby's crying. She wants her diaper changed. My wife wants to go shopping. And I'm saying, Denise, where's the paper towels? I don't know. When I see 30-something, I see real life. I see things that make me happy. I see getting angry. I see Willie Gault. One of these days, I'll be 30-something.
Tuesdays at 10, 9 Central and Mountain.
Scott Hamilton won the gold medal in 1984. Scott, a master crowd pleaser, reflected back to that night in Sarajevo.
The Olympics was the crowning achievement. You know, it wasn't a fantasy performance. It wasn't the greatest night of my life, but what it was I did it. I won the gold medal I went to win, and I can go on now. I kind of got emotional, very emotional. You hit a point like where you realize a million things at the same time, and it's such a rush of emotion that it's over. Everything I've ever done in my life right now is over.
Scott Hamilton's life and career have continued. He is one of sport's finest entertainers.
I want to
very busy since the '84 games in Sarajevo. He's toured with Ice Capades and now is on tour of his own called Stars on Ice with Dorothy. And I think they're having a lot of fun, as Scott always does.
He just makes you grin from ear to ear when you watch him skate. Just a crowd pleaser. Small, but what a powerhouse. Scott Hamill. So quite a memorable night of past Olympians, now professionals, demonstrating the beauty, art, and grace of figure skating. For Peggy Fleming and David Santee, this is Gary Bender. So long from Paris.
My dandruff shampoo is good.
Better try something else. Mine really works.
You'd better try something else, like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all of the leading brands. None get rid of dandruff better than Selsun Blue.
Becoming an American Express card member is now as simple as picking up one of these. Because now you can apply for membership over the phone. Membership has its privileges. To apply, call 1-800-THE-CARD.
For more than 80 years, people have come home to homes with Anderson windows. Come home. And while times have changed, our commitment to quality and to the home has not. Which is why today, more people come home to Anderson windows than any other.
Come home to quality. Come home to Anderson.
Here's why these members of the United States ski team prefer Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
I came down with some mean cold symptoms. I was congested, I was tired, I couldn't breathe through my nose. I took Alka-Seltzer Plus and it helped to remove those cold symptoms.
I've got a number of guys that are depending on me, and I have to be out there the next day. And Alka-Seltzer Plus really helps me do that.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Fast, effective relief for tough winter colds. Try new Alka-Seltzer Plus nighttime cold medicine to relieve your cold at night.
From microchip circuitry to laser technology, the world's largest school for high-tech skills is the Army.
Be all that you can be. Get an edge on life in the Army.
Hey, where did you learn about computers?
In the Army.
You were in the Army, too?
Qualify for the GI Bill and the Army College Fund, and you can earn over $25,000 for college.
What you do in the Army?
Airborne.
You used to jump out of airplanes?
Frank Gifford once again in Calgary, where the Winter Games are underway, and in the first competition, Czechoslovakia and West Germany late in the second period are tied at 1. And don't forget, later tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, the U.S. hockey team makes their debut in a game against Austria. And tomorrow we'll have live coverage of the men's downhill as Pierman Zurbriggen goes for a possible 5 gold medals. Also, we'll have live coverage of the women's cross-country skiing, American Dan Jansen's quest for gold in the 500-meter speed skating, and the short programs in pairs figure skating. The first full day of coverage at the 15th Olympic Winter Games should be a very special one, so join us tomorrow live beginning at 12 o'clock Eastern Time on ABC Sports. It should be a tremendous day as we kick off our coverage of these Winter Olympics. Now stay tuned for your local news, followed by ABC's World News Tonight Saturday over most of these stations. Thanks for being with us.
globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This has been ABC's Wide World of Sport.
Brought to you by NutraSweet. It's why so many things taste so good. And by Alka-Seltzer. For stomach upset with a headache, send the bubbles of Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sport, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
You leave the ice, prepared for 3 spins. Tuck tightly, the body a visual blur. Rotations perfect. Excellence achieved. The Olympic tradition continues tonight on ABC Sports.